conversation of foreign coaches coming to a show and not exactly improving our players or improving our football.
Yeah.
And Coach Rivera has changed everything about that. He has improved so many players. And we speak of players that are in the national team setup. We speak of the players that are young, that are playing for national football. Relem Fokeng and Nkota. We speak of Sasane that came through, China from DDC. He's trusting Modise now, trusting younger players to come into the Orlando Pirates show and able actually to come and play and actually become good players. That's a great coach for me, because a coach is supposed to be improving the player and improving the team.
And then he takes, for instance, Abata, who just arrives.
Yeah.
Instantly, he moves into a Bafana Sete. Tito Maswangani, similar situation, arrives at the club. Now, Bafana stalwart. What did he do to these players?
I think what is great with that is that it is part of the building blocks. He has set the foundation. So whoever comes in doesn't really have a lot of work to do, because he has set the foundation. So you hit the ground running because he has already prepared the team. The young players have stabilized. They got used to playing at this level. So they can only dream bigger from here.
What's the ingredient that a coach gives a player to make him a better player?
Number one is coaching. I think that's important, to a player to be coached. And number two as well, to have that player relationship with the coach. I think that's also so very, very important as well, because then you want the players to understand and simplify things. And with him, what he has done is he allowed players freedom, which is so important. Freedom to express themselves in the pitch, but also getting results. And with Orlando Pirates as well, you look at the Orlando Pirates in the past. The last time I really saw Orlando Pirates with an identity, it was the happy people when Eugene was playing, and those were good times. Everybody enjoyed watching Pirates. And ever since Coach Rivera has come, he has reinstalled that. People are actually enjoying watching Orlando Pirates.
What is that identity that he's brought to the club?
Winning mentality, first of all, to be a champion, number two, and also to believe that you're actually good and better. And we've seen as well that within his tactics as well that he plays, this season rather, he's slowly implemented like maybe a 3-5-2 at the back. But what he has done as well, which is something that we see in most teams in South Africa, that number 10 position is very lurking. But with Teko there playing there, sometimes with Lamini playing there, he's reintroduced the number 10 position at Orlando Pirates.
When we look at the CAF Champions League this season, Jimmy, one loss, only one team were able to say they beat Orlando Pirates, coached by Coach Rivera.
Yeah, and I think that's also one of those lows, because we had so much hope that he will get over the line, get into that final, win it, so that you've got such a rich history, and you are being part of that going forward, And I think for me, Pirates not going through was obviously one of the lows for this season.
But the highs are, when you look there, Mohamed Nkota scoring against opposition in Morocco, then able to do similar against arguably the best club on the African continent in Al Ahly, and going away and able to lead that Pirates team to do what most think is an impossible feat, win in Egypt.
It is sometimes impossible, and it's very difficult to actually go and get the results. And you've seen also the scale of South African football, how it has shifted a little bit. There's so much eyes on South African football because the quality of players that South Africa is producing. You look at your Relem Fokeng in the Champions League. Yeah. You look at Nkota in the Champions League, bringing the results, carrying this Orlando Pirates team. It is so great to see, but it only can happen when the coach backs those players.
And you heard across the continent. I mean, I had an opportunity to speak to journalists around the continent, be it Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, where this Coach Rivera coached the Orlando Pirates team was seen as the best team in the Champions League. The team that they looked forward to watching the most and thought had the most firepower in the entire Champions League in this last season.
A young, inexperienced team, he took it into Africa, he made it one of the best teams in the CAF Champions League. He leaves having set that foundation, which is important. And I'm saying it's part of your building blocks. You don't have to start far with a relay, with a quarter, because they've been exposed to that space. They played there. They know how the feeling is. They came short. So there's that burning fire of saying we need to go back and redeem ourselves and win this Champions League.
Does he leave the club better than he found it?
Of course, definitely. Definitely. I mean, 5 trophies in 3 seasons, Champions League semi-final. I mean, and also the way Orlando Pirates is playing, the way the Orlando Pirates fans have been happy. I mean, of course, he leaves the club better, but now the pressure is whoever that's going to take over, he needs to do better than Coach Rivera.
You agree, Jim?
Most definitely, I do. And I think he has left a blueprint. It's for whoever comes in, must hit the ground running, because this Pirates team is such a well-oiled team. It's got both your experience and your youth. And it means that you've got longevity with players who are so young, but they already have experience of playing at this level.
Here's the question that I know is going to make you guys think deep. Is he the best Orlando Pirates coach the Pirates have ever had?
Jimmy, awuyithathe mfowethu.
How do you define best?
You've given me all the criteria. You've spoken about it already. Is it about the hall of trophies that you bring? Is it about the players that you let come through? Is it about the legacy that you leave behind?
If you are basing it on stats, then you'd say he's one of the best.
What else is there that you base it on, Janice?
Trophies. That league. That league. Sayifuna le league. Yeah, sayifuna. You know there are coaches.
What do you call it? Top 2, top 3?
I think
One of the best coaches
Yes.
at Orlando Pirates. You know, when I interact with the Pirates players, you get to understand how they relate with the coach. They've got such a good two-way relationship. It's a father and son kind of thing. He's one of the most calm coaches that I've seen. Coach Orlando Pirates, you know, we've worked under our coach where you knew when we were under pressure, he could feel, but he was able to absorb that pressure and make sure that he protects his players.
And ngeke
umuhle. Waguqa kahle. Next.
Maruka baleki. Ngiyabona ukubaleka.
I think it's for the best in the PSL era. I think it's between him and Coach Kron. I think I give them. One of them should be the best because of what they have achieved in the club and what they've changed in the club. And also, maybe looking at also Coach Rivera as well, how then he transited the team to get into the Champions League, now to be a top 4, top 2 teams in the continent. I mean, Wales, what else can he do?
Hashtag SS Diski. There is a preference for you. Put it out there. Has Teko, Coach Kroll, Coach Rivero. If you had to do that comparison, and also sometimes it's just how you feel in your heart, right? Like, what did the guy bring to you? How did he make you feel when you looked at him? That's what you can talk about. We're going to a break. After the break, we get a little bit closer to You mentioned that it's going to be a difficult day today. Why?
Well, it's a very emotional one. Obviously, it's been a long journey. Representing this club today is my last presence on the bench here in Orlando, leading and guiding my team, hopefully to the victory. So it's a mix of emotions. It's a day that you know is going to come sooner than later. I think it's a great one. At the same time, I have to be happy to have the opportunity to finalize my time in Orlando Pirates in this way. It's not always like that in our position in football that you can have the opportunity to finish. Receiving the amount of support and love that I received in the last hours, and happy to be here, and let's see how we can I do it today.
Well, before we get into the emotional part, and I'm sure we'll have time for that at the end of the game, let's talk about the starting lineup that you've gone with today. A change up front?
Yeah, a few changes. Again, we're still playing every 3-4 days. We're coming just from a very tough game, a final, and today we need to regroup. We need to make sure that we get the result that we are looking for, that we consolidate our position in the log, and guarantee that Orlando Pirates is playing Champions League again one more time next season. We play home. Our fans want to see good football one more time after the disappointment on Saturday, and that's right.
All right, so let's talk. Mabasa gets to start. Why that change? Shandu starting today in the right back position. Why that change? And then also Selepe coming in today for his first start.
No, Evidence had a problem during the final. He was up after 50-something minutes due to a muscle problem. He didn't manage to make it for today. He's going to be back soon. So we're looking for a different type of striker like Teko, but with a guarantee that he's a clinical player in front of the goal. Hopefully we can generate a lot of chances here tonight, and Teko can be part of the last actions. The introduction of Shandu belongs also to the space of trying to refresh a little bit the team and having a fullback like Shandu who can have a lot of presence in the last third as well. And Selepe coming to the team due to his own work. He's been working very well in the DDC this season. We think that he's a player that deserves an opportunity before the season ends, one of our future role players, one of the interesting prospects in the squad, and really hoping for the boy to have a good day here and for the people to support him the 90 minutes as well.
Coach, last thing. I don't know if it's my eyes or it's really occurring. Is there a slightly different atmosphere around the club right now? The players coming off the bus, walking down the tunnel?
I'm not sure. To be honest, Thomas, I'm trying to be as much professional as possible tonight. No matter which circumstances, we have a mandate here, which is to win the game. We have a normal -2, a normal -1, normal meetings today in the morning. We prepare the game in the same way as usually. And we will allow probably the emotions to come out after the game, but during the 90 minutes, now in the preparations for the match, we have to be concentrated in the football side, and the boys knows how to do it.
Coach, all the best with the last song of the Spanish guitar.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Thomas.